Hey, there she is doing her hair. I've flicked mine over to the side. Do we look all right? Maybe not. So, Debbie, you look amazing.
Thank you, thank you. So it's just over 3 weeks since I had the operation.
Only 3 weeks? Are you supposed to be moving around? Isn't it 6 weeks or something?
Well, in the olden days, I mean, my mum had a hysterectomy at 36, so she just literally laid in bed for 6 weeks. You know, it was called convalescing. But now they do like you to get up and start moving almost immediately. So the day after I had the operation, I was in the shower, although I was holding my colostomy bag, but I was in the shower.
Bless you,
And I think they just said 2 weeks just basically doing nothing, you know, just walking a little bit round the garden, 10 minutes walk, and then gradually building yourself up. So, yeah, I'm out and about, but I'm not carrying heavy shopping. You can't drive for 6 weeks. So physically, I think I sort of bounced back quite quickly, but emotionally, it just floored me.
I bet it does. Well, that's, you know, it's all your ovaries, everything you have.
Yeah. So I had a full hysterectomy, my ovaries removed, and a co-suspension. I don't know if you know what...
I do not know. There's suspension bridges I know about, but not a co-suspension.
Well, it's a bit like that. So a co-suspension is when they lift your bladder. So they literally lift where your bladder's completely collapsed. So they lift your bladder up, so it stops you having accidents, you know.
Right. So, because that happens to a lot of women of a certain age.
It really does. And I think... you know, to highlight the importance of, I think it's a really sort of fragile age for women between 50 and 60. And I reached 50 and it seemed like everything went wrong, you know, and I was like, oh, my God, you know, that's gone wrong. You know, I could feel it in my 40s, but I felt from 50, I'm 55 now, that I just felt that it seemed everything went wrong. And I think for me, it's highlighting the importance that I left everything for so long.
Yeah, I mean, physically,
Well, because we all lead such busy lives, you know, like I've got all the kids still at home, you know, you're running backwards and forwards, you know, housework, your mum, you know, family.
I know.
And I think that we tend to all forget about ourselves when we have such busy lives and big families and busy families. You know, it's important to take your kids to the doctors, your kids to the dentist, go to parents' evenings, you know, all those. But actually, we don't ever think about ourselves.
No.
And for me, it's really highlighting the importances, you know, Well Women Clinic, breast scanning, anything to do with your health, because without your health, really, what have you got?
No, you really haven't got anything. You're so right. And I do all that as well. I lug heavy bags of shopping home on each shoulder, you know, and I get home and no one's done anything in the house. So, you know, and then you work and you've got all those 50-something things going on, which affect your mind as well as your body, don't they?
You know, I think, you know, men really have got away with it very lightly.
Yeah,
you know,
they just go to work, really.
Well, it's just, you know, we start off with, you know, our periods and all our period pains, and then it's childbirth, and then it's, you know, looking after the kids, and then all of a sudden the menopause hits you, and then that falls down, and this falls down, and
it's relentless. It's relentless, isn't it? It's one thing after another. Yeah. And as you say, the parents getting older as well. You're looking after kids and parents, and your husband. Let's face it, they can't look after themselves.
Exactly. So, you know, I just think that we all, or most of us, but for me, if I think of my friends and family, we all put our own health on the back burner. You know, like, oh, I've got to go to doctors, or I can't go this week, or I've got to go, or I can't go to that hospital. I've got, you know, we all put our health on the back burner. And for me, I got to my 50s before I started thinking, God, I've got to look after myself. I've got to go to that hospital appointment. I've got to get someone to pick up the kids. I've got to try and work around this. And in all honesty, they did say have 2 weeks where you don't do anything, and, you know, no hoovering or cleaning, but it's 6 weeks convalescing. They was all fantastic for 2 weeks, but it's gone back to normal. You know, dirty towels, dirty washing, you know, me going,
I know, I'm with you. I will go home to all that. My 17-year-old will still be in bed. The other one will have stayed out overnight, and I won't know where he is or when he's coming back. But anyway. So, how are you now with the bladder thing? Has it improved life for you? We haven't got much time, I'm warning you, Debbie, so this has to be a short one.
So for me, I think that was a really important factor, because I think it stopped me doing so much in my life, you know, because it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know, we get embarrassed by those things, and we also don't talk about it. So it's fantastic, and I absolutely applaud my surgeon, because I haven't had an accident sneezing, laughing, coughing.
Brilliant.
So I'm fine.
And you are lovely, and so good to talk very openly about it. And Debbie's back on Lorraine in September, aren't you?
Yes,
With Lydia,
I'm
my daughter.
really excited about that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, we are too. Lovely to meet you. It really is.
If you'd like to see even more great guests, then click here. There are plenty more fantastic interviews to come, so make sure that you subscribe.
I mean, we have great, you know, regular viewers as well, and they know when you're not telling the truth.